Indonesian authorities recently announced a plan to move the capital from overcrowded and polluted Jakarta to the Indonesian side of the island of Borneo. Indonesia shares the island of Borneo with Malaysia and Brunei. East Kalimantan province, specifically the area between the districts of Penajam Pasir and Kutai Kartanegara, appears to be the most suitable location for the authorities. The government has already purchased 180,000 hectares of land in these areas and is planning more. But the metropolis would be located on the shores of the Makassar Strait, which separates Borneo from Sulawesi. Yes, Sulawesi. Friends, welcome to the next video on the Top Topics channel. Please hit subscribe and let's get to the video. The cost of building the new metropolis is about $33 billion, and its construction is expected to start in 2022. That means this year. The first officials will be moving into the city just 3 years later. The problem is that the entire Makassar Strait region is a geologically very unstable area, and there are frequent earthquakes and underwater landslides that have tragic consequences. An international team of geologists has alerted the Indonesian government about the potential danger. So far to no avail, and instead, the first work on the new city is already underway. Scientists have been using seismological data to examine the sediments at the bottom of the Makassar Strait. They found evidence of several ancient landslides that may have caused the giant tsunami that flooded the bay at Balikpapan harbor. It's near this town that Indonesia wants to build a new metropolis to solve the problems of the present Jakarta. The megalopolis, which has a population of almost 30 million, including the conurbation, is plagued by frequent earthquakes and floods, rising sea levels, and inadequate infrastructure. A study published by the Geological Society of London identified 19 areas in the strait where, in some cases, up to 100,000 cubic meters of mud and sand have slid into the sea. Such a volume can significantly disturb the water column and create large waves on the surface. These underwater erosions occurs mainly on the western side of the 3-kilometer deep canyon that runs down the center of the Makassar Strait. Sediment accumulates on its edge south of the Mekaham Delta, with the river dumping millions of cubic meters of sediment into the strait each year. The landslide of such sediments can trigger earthquakes, which are common in Indonesia. Indonesia has recorded 2 tsunami waves caused by landslides in 2011 alone. In December of that year, part of the Yanak Krakatoa volcano collapsed into the sea, killing over 400 people as a result of the devastating wave. An earthquake also caused a landslide and a subsequent tsunami in the area of Palu on Sulawesi, a disaster that claimed more than 2,000 lives. Let's hope, therefore, that the Indonesian government will take appropriate measures and build effective passive protection in the form of massive breakwaters in the capital area, as well as evacuation points where people can take shelter in the event of an impending wave. The government should definitely also invest in active protection in the form of a warning system consisting of buoys linked to satellites that can assess changes in the water column and thus give early warning of an approaching wave. All these measures are, of course, very expensive, but if the government is serious about building the city, they are absolutely essential for a modern 21st century metropolis. Friends, that's all for this video. Please give us a like, subscribe and the bell, and see you at the next video.